Hello everyone, Smith here. Today I'm going to pick some locks and I'm going to talk to you, and hopefully you're going to reply and talk to me in the comments. I've got some questions and I've got some thoughts and I thought I'd share them. This is going to be my last video for a couple of weeks, as I'll be away. I'm busy with a few things. I've got some big projects planned, big custom pick projects, which only one person knows the details of, or part of the details of, and that's my co-host on the Broken Rune, Broke Picks. But what I wanted to ask you about is brand ambassadors. Don't worry, I haven't been approached by anyone to be a brand ambassador, but I wanted to know two things. Firstly, I want to know how you feel when you watch a brand ambassador advertisement or review, and how much you trust them. I'm not suggesting you shouldn't trust them. Most of them are well-known members of the community. Most of them would vet a company, but in my opinion, would vet a company before deciding to be an ambassador, and they wouldn't accept being one from a subpar company, in my opinion. But how do you feel about them? And so a video pops up on your front page and it's a review for a new set from a company, and then you see the person who's posted it is a brand ambassador, and they tell you that it's the best pick set ever, they absolutely love it, here's the reasons they love it. How much do you trust that video? Are you willing to accept the opinions of someone who's partnered with the company that they're reviewing, or do you treat it with more caution? And on the flip side of that, I'd also like to know, how do you feel about companies that have a lot of brand ambassadors and a lot of pull within the community? Do you think that they're trying to weasel their way in and seem like a better company than they are, using fashions and trends as a marketing tactic rather than letting the tools speak for themselves? Do you look at a company and think, oh, they've got this many brand ambassadors, they work with all these YouTubers, if they were a good company, then their tools would be good and everybody would be talking about them anyway? Or do you think that it's good of the company to work with so many well-established members of the community and that only good can come from it? I'm not trying to poison any wells here. I'm not trying to throw shade on any companies. Not in this video. I will in the future, don't worry. Just interested to know your opinions. Finally, I would also like to know if there are any pick brands, or let's get rid of this. Any pick brands that have a bad reputation within the community that you have actually found to be a very good brand. And on the flip side of that, I'd also like to know if there's any brands in the community which are worshipped and always suggested, always mentioned, that you've actually had bad experiences with, or maybe not so much bad experiences, but disappointing. I recently got my first picks from a very well-respected brand. They were suggested constantly, and I found them to be rather average, mid-tier picks. But the way that people speak about them, I was expecting something much better than what I received. I'm not going to tell you the brand just yet. When we get round to doing the Broken Rune on that brand, you will hear a lot of opinions coming from me. Probably a lot of controversial opinions coming from me. But anyway, the main point of this video is I would like to know your opinions. So just to recap, what do you think? How much faith do you have in brand ambassadors? Do you trust their reviews? Do you come at it with a healthy amount of skepticism? How much weight do you put in what a brand ambassador says? On the flip side, what do you feel about companies that have lots of brand ambassadors and lots of, not so much people that are bought and paid for, but they have lots of YouTubers and influencers and people within the community telling you that their gear is very high quality and very good? What do you think about those companies? Do you think, like I said earlier, do you think that it's good that they're so involved, or do you distrust them because why do they have to put so much effort rather than letting the tools speak for themselves? And finally, I want to know your experiences with your experiences with brands that you underestimated and was pleasantly surprised with, and preferably underestimated because of what was said in the community, and brands that you expected so much more from and was very disappointed. Finally, one last thing. Me and Broke for the Broken Rune have discussed doing a anonymous hot takes, anonymous unpopular opinions section. So if you have any unpopular opinions, hot takes, anything that you would like us to discuss on as part of the Broken Rune podcast, let us know. Just drop me a message, drop Broke a message. You can create a throwaway account, however you'd like to do it. My email is in my YouTube bio, so you can even send an email to that. And tell me that you want to remain anonymous, or even if you don't want to remain anonymous, you want to stand by what you're saying, go for that. But we will discuss it between me and Broke on the show, and one of us at least will play devil's advocate. From, if me and Broke both disagree with you, then one of us will try to look at it from the other perspective at least. And we'll have a little healthy amount of back and forth to discuss fairly each opinion that comes in. I have had a couple already. I've told a select few, so I can't exactly read them out yet because I've only told a select few about this. But after this video, then there's a couple of opinions that I think are going to cause a stir already. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope some of the picking in the background at least kept you entertained for a while. Please let me know your opinions. I'm very interested to know what you think. Thanks for watching.